everyone, my name is Jody. I am the J from J&D Nature Images. Ta-da! I'm not a figment of Dennis's imagination. I am real. I had an opportunity to get out into the marsh for the first time in a while this past weekend. I forgot how much fun it was to be bitten and eaten alive by green flies. But it was worth it. It was a beautiful day, perfect temperature, lots of sun, and lots of action. Lots of deer, many different species of butterfly, the pollinators were out, and there was a lot of action going on. Definitely some big fish coming back into the marsh, so hope you enjoy this week's video.
So, thanks Jody for actually showing up and doing an intro. That's well done job by her, I think. Way better than me, probably. You guys are probably more happy with that than seeing my face on there. This was actually this little fawn. This is Jody's first ever holding a 500mm lens in the car on the way there. So both them little doe shots were her holding a little 500mm lens. Beautiful female. That's the mom, and that's still Jody doing her part for the J&D. Doing her part right there. So good job to her on that. Here's a couple of fawns that I found the next day, Sunday, because this video is both days, Saturday and Sunday. It's one video going out. Certainly could have combined, maybe did a two-parter, but just trying to keep it within the parameters of this week. Jody took a nice shot here. Now this is with a small lens for her. Lens she's much more comfortable with. And this is a red spot purple. Unfortunately, this butterfly is beat up because this is our most beautiful butterfly. That's what I'll say. You guys can have your opinion on what Massachusetts' most beautiful butterfly is, but the one that we got, this is a nice shot she did here. You get the pearl crescent, bumblebee, and catching the sweat bee in flight. Certainly fantastic to catch the sweat bee. I love these little green bees. Oh God, do I love them. There's the gem of the day right there. The gem of the day. That's red banded hair streak. The hair streaks are all tiny butterflies, and they have the most beautiful eyes and antennas and the little wiggly things in the back. Absolutely beautiful butterfly. And Jody did this video here of the pollinators. You know, she enjoys sitting around the flowers and seeing that stuff, and she did an excellent job with the video because she handheld this, so it wasn't on the tripod, because actually I only had a pretty short tripod with me, because I sit down all the time when I'm in the marsh. I'm never standing erect. So very, very nice job with it, because this is probably, she was almost holding this eye level, or maybe a little above eye level. So you know, to hold the camera up, I think she took this with, I'm not really sure what lens she used. I don't know if it was the macro or from a distance, or she was using her well, I think it's a 180 to 400 Tamron lens, but certainly it was captured with the D780. I know that. Okay, so if anybody knows exactly what this bird is, I'm thinking it may be a young white-eyed vireo. It's tough to say. It was up in the trees, way light. It was in a mixed flock. There actually was some orioles and condors and chickadees. Now, this is me. This is the kind of day I had to start off with, while she was getting beautiful butterflies and stuff. I had a nice goldfinch on thistle, but couldn't get a headshot. The thistle is actually located on the border of the property, and it's private property, and so I mean, I did not advance myself around where I would have. Actually, I would have loved to get into the thistle, because there was also a hummingbird that was zipping around earlier on it. But always nice to see. And so Jody likes to sit and see things, and here's a blue crab shell. You can see it's on the rock. This is probably dropped by the gulls over here. She has some other photos of this area. Just too many with two cameras to cut it up. Here's a little video I shot of the blue crab, but with two cameras and two photographers trying to put all the stuff in one video. We would have been here for 2.5 hours. So just picking little bits and pieces just to show some of the. We haven't had a blue crab on here, and she just showed the claw. She liked the claw. She wanted to show the rocks where the gulls break it. So we'll throw this little blue crab, quick little. He was in the thick grass of the marsh with the incoming tide. Always like my great egret. You guys know it. If there's a great egret around flying by, I'm going to pull the trigger. And this one I love because it's got a very soft background. Sure, it's a little bit backlit, sort of, I guess. Little side backlit, I would say. Yeah, it's pretty much backlit, but it's a nice soft look of an egret, a little different look than I usually get. Now, this ospreys hunt in the direction that the wind's blowing, so I knew when this bird was going down, I had no really chance to get him face forward, coming up with the bird. But I'm flashing the camera here because, with the sun and stuff, I'm looking at the feathers to make sure, just in case it's a young one catching his first fish. But this is an adult male for sure. The females have all left the marsh. I'm almost 100% sure of that, which means that I could be 100% wrong. But no, I'm pretty sure that's the case. With this bird, actually, this osprey here brought up it is scup or porgy, not pogie, as that's a man-hating bunker, baitfish. This is a fish we see more in the ocean and certainly sometimes in the rivers and stuff, but not very much in the estuarial marsh. I don't see him because the ospreys would do a number on him if they were able to I would see a lot more of catches like this. So certainly this one came in on the big tide, and he paid the price. Because these male ospreys have worked hard, and now they're deserving their own meal for themselves. Pretty much coming by, cruising. I mean, it's pretty far away. Just some good shots. Just some shots of just action shots, basically. Not phenomenal. Just so, and this one's got the cormorant flying by, and if you look at the two stripes, if you're familiar with the South American peacock bass, it almost looks like a peacock bass, but I can guarantee you, I was not in South America, and that's not a peacock bass. But if I was, huh? Beautiful cormorant here coming out of the channel, freshwater channel. I'll get it one day here soon, I'm sure. The turquoise blue eyes on a cormorant is one of the most beautiful eyes on a bird pair there is. But certainly these are with plenty of bait fish, and these are the ones that drive the bait into the banks where the egrets and great blues try to have their feast. And in the coming weeks, if things stay, here we go. I believe these are Bonaparte gulls, and look at the bunker jumping out of the water, and the gulls are just like, that's a striper probably to the right of it, busting the water. They're just following the stripers underneath. There's the peanut flying. We call it peanut bunker, and there's nothing. I don't know if you, and there's a few silver sides off to the right middle. You can see some narrower fish. Them are silver sides, and there's a silver side, and behind that's a peanut bunker. So certainly there is so much excitement right now. When you got bait fish like this, and you got the bass entering the marsh, I want to be in there every day I can. Be there for daybreak every day if I can. Unfortunately I can't, and I certainly will try to get out maybe a little bit more next week. I'm going to take a few days, I think, and we'll get hopefully the action will sustain. I mean, you never know. You never know. With the one tide, one water gets dirtied up, the fish move out. You just never know from one to the next where it's all going to be. Look at that. Look at the striper just cruising in. Almost. Just got the big wave of the water over his eye there in the front. Because, oh, man, if you get the eye, you are thrilled. I mean, that another name for the striped bass, old nickname was the line sighting. Look at the peanut bunker straight up in the air. That one on the top actually got out of a frame, for crying out loud. Why did he do that? Oh man, but I do love look at the vertical leap of a peanut bunker, huh? Jeez, it's so fun. Look at the silver sides here, and if you look to the far left, you just see like almost like a little frog eye, silver side with the beautiful little eye just emerging from the water, and pretty much Terra basically. There's Terra, and there's a striper right there, and look at the gulls, and the one with the black, I believe that's a Bonaparte gull, and I think these are all adolescents. If somebody can correct me on that please do. I am not a gull specialist, and I've never had the affinity for gulls that some people have had. So while all this is going on, of course, what happens? I finally noticed Mom just came out of the marsh, and she's got a set of twins. Now, I haven't been on this side of the marsh. Last week was my first week in months, and I did one day, I believe. I think I did one day, didn't I? Yeah. Boy, time goes so fast. And anyhow, so you got the two little cute angels over there coming out, and you see the gulls, common flying this way, gulls are flying that way. They're all searching for the next explosion. The next wave of minnows at the striped bass corral. And the cormorants will try to corral them mostly up against the bank, though. The cormorants use the bank. So do the stripers. It's how I'm able to capture a lot of this stuff is knowing, how predator fish react. And look, you get the little ones running behind, and you got a nice little snowy egret in front. This is why this place is magical. I mean, I can't tell you how many times you're sitting there and you just get this sixth sense that something's behind you, and it's a coyote, it's a few deer, it's something. It's they just come from everywhere. Things can just come from anywhere and everywhere, and unfortunately, the grass is a little high there. It would have been nice to see the little ones moving at a pretty good clip right there, because remember, this is captured in slow motion. Because I'm horrible in past regular speed, I guess. I just like to slow things down. Hopefully I get a detailed look of something that you just can't see with the naked eye. And plus, I mean, I have the tripod now I'm using. I possibly will start doing a little bit more of just real time, real speed, I guess, action is what I'm going to say. But if I'm focusing, like, what the problem is, you're on the marsh, and the big thing I'm trying to capture and bring to you guys is the striped bass feeding on the minnows right now, because that is the highlight of the thing. The camera being on a tripod, there's no way I'm going to pan it up and down and get an osprey hitting the water. That's just not going to happen. I'm not that talented, so I'm not going to push my, waste that type of effort to do something that I know I will not be successful with. But by keeping the slow motion on, though, I mean, I don't want to have to go back in the camera, redo the settings, because what I'm trying to capture will show up at the end of this video, and you're going to be glad you stayed through to the end. I hope you are. I mean, it's just a tease of what's hopefully to come, and the action should just be absolutely, oh God, if we just continue to get a few more nice schools of bunker in there, peanut bunker. The bass are in. They're going to stay in here. As long as there's bait fish, there will be a group of bass. They're not going in and out. They'll be staying in there. They know what they're doing, and they'll be using the channels when they start the outgoing. Tide starts running out. They'll be going to the mouth of these channels that are in the pond, and where they're right at the edge of deep water, once the channels start draining out, all the bait fish that runs in there for security. Now, when the tide is really, really high, there are bait fish that get into the pans, like we had the egrets in one of the early episodes that I've been filming here weekly. This is number 12, by the way. Number 12. This is volume 12, Life of the Martian. There's been a couple of two-parters, so I have really, really exceeded my expectations of how well and how many I could put together and stuff like that, and keeping it on a weekly fresh basis. None of this stuff is stale. This ain't stuff I'm pulling back. I mean, the intro photo in the last few weeks, I've been pulling that back just from older photos that I've had, Everything you are seeing on these videos I've happened over the weekend and then releasing Tuesday. And now this is what I can do with the tripod, which I couldn't do handheld. Just show you what's going on here in the corner, because this is the mouth of the freshwater creek where, I mean, we got egrets, both species there, snowies, and got a cormorant over there. It's right against the right of the bank over there. And this area here has, some years you even get the otters. And I have not seen a lot of otter sign, or any otter sign actually on this side of the marsh, unfortunately. So, really, really would like to start seeing a few of that, little what I call black gold, because when I find otter poo, it is black gold, and that can set me off to the greatest excitement. The one thing I will mention in this video, I did not see any diamondback terrapins, and I always get diamondback terrapins on this side of the marsh, so that was a little nerve-wracking. Now this is what we're here to capture. This is it. See, reading the water. See the little spruce there. Now, if you keep your eye focused on the left-hand side of the screen, eventually you may see couple of small silver sides pop in the water. Of course, great place for me to set the camera up. It's a little crooked, but I got that camera on a tripod. I got my camera handheld to capture the action. So I'm shooting photos and video. I'm multitasking right now. It is just insane. Just I believe I was talking, so maybe I don't know. Maybe I missed it already. But there should have been one or two little tiny silver sides that you would have seen move from the left-hand side of the thing, and it's just a signature of what is going to happen. Now you see the little boil right there to the right of the weeds. There was a boil right there. Now I know what's happened. Now I know I'm not going to shut the cameras down. I'm going to fly with my camera. I'm going to fly, and this is why I am in the marsh right here. Look at that. It just turns into mayhem all of a sudden. They just schooled up I'm in the perfect location, except the marsh grass is a little high right now. Look at that. Oh, God. If that doesn't get the blood rushing right there, huh? Oh, how not to be a bait fish. That's a nice way to end the video, isn't it? And that's what I'm there for. Well, thanks everyone. Thank you for joining in again. Oh man, it's getting exciting, and thank Jody for doing the intro. And actually, she does exist. Yeah, she does exist. But excellent time again. If you like it, like it. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you know some good fishermen, right? Or people that love fish, bring them onto this channel, because in the next couple of weeks I am hoping to capture live action. This ain't stuff with a hook in a fish's mouth, somebody. This is all natural. What's going on? Natural in wide open spaces. The attacks are on minnows that are in the wide open spaces. This is not something that's set up a little bit, as I would say, as you see some photographers that capture sort of stuff like that. Nothing against them. I mean, that's their thing that they do. They usually got to cast a popper. They follow the popper, and they see the boil behind it, which is work itself. Okay, it's work itself. But this is just as raw as it gets, and this can get as exciting as it gets. And plus, we're not just talking about the stripers and the baitfish. I'm gonna find other stuff, because that's what I do. My eyes are just. And thank you again for tuning in. And we can't ask for anything more than that. Just tune in every now and then, see what's going on, stay in touch with nature, and share it with someone who loves nature. Peace.